Guys, they have found pictures of them together. The girl who was found dismembered, deceased in his trunk with him, pictures, messages, follows on several different social media sites, from Instagram to Discord. Now, 8 days ago, somebody had posted this on Discord saying, "This guy is a weirdo," referring to David. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was pimping her out. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD swept his place in the hills. I'm terrified. That's who is in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she is still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore. Where is this young lady from? Where did they report that she was from, where her family lived? In Lake Elsinore. So this person 8 days ago when he posted this knew. And remember, I let you guys know that TMZ reported that he has now canceled his shows. Remember, when it first came out, they said he was cooperating, but he was still on tour. Now that she's been identified, he's canceled his shows now.
The body found in singer David's Tesla has been identified as a not-of-age girl. Things aren't looking good for David right now. So this girl named Celeste was identified as the body found in David's Tesla last week through forensics. The cause of her passing has not yet been determined, but her remains were apparently not fully intact. Now, the girl, who is 15, has been missing since April of 2024, and it's been reported that the girl's mother claims that she was dating someone named David before she went missing. Now, despite this, police have still not publicly named any person of interest in this case. But according to TMZ, both David and the girl share a matching tattoo, so that's not really looking good for him. That tattoo apparently just says, "shh," and reportedly both David and the girl share that same tattoo on the right index finger.
All right, we just got some massive news on the entire David situation. And for those who don't know, just for some context, there was a dead body found in his car, and everyone was kind of under the impression that it wasn't him, he's on tour. But this new info, it has me fucking speechless, I won't even lie. So it turns out the body was identified by the mother, and they did have some relationship considering they have the same tattoo on their fingers. Now, I wouldn't say that the tattoo is a dead giveaway because a lot of people have this tattoo. This is Rihanna who got it first. But David just canceled his show, and this post was put up as soon as the body was found, identifying the person as someone who has a relationship with David. And as you guys saw in this post above, the victim's mother said that they had a boyfriend named David. Along with this, we know that this girl was in these type of famous people circles because clips are being found of her on famous streams. And with these posts as well, proving that they knew each other for years, and even worse, at the time of this post, she was 11 or 12 years old. Just an insane situation overall. Pray for the family.
So it turns out you do have a connection to the girl found in the trunk of your Tesla. Okay. Now, last week we have reported that a popular singer here on TikTok and across the globe by the name of David, or D4vd, had been involved with an incident with his Tesla. Now, individuals had came into the comments and said, well, he sold the Tesla before anything had occurred with that girl's body in it. And then other people said that we were spreading false information. Well, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, he actually knew the person in his trunk. Now, the girl who was found in his trunk had been identified as a 14 or 15-year-old girl. Now, the police had reported that the car was found abandoned on Bluebird Avenue and Dooney Drive, and that's when they began to smell what they smelled. Now, while the coroner's office is attempting to find who this girl's next of kin was, they're not going to release her name and information yet first. They want to tell her family first. But according to medical examiners and based off of her autopsy reports, she was anywhere between the ages of 14 and 15 years old. The police had described her as a girl having wavy black hair. She's about 5'2" tall. She weighs about 71 pounds. She was found wearing a tube top and leggings and a yellow metal bracelet and metal studded earrings. She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, "shh." Now, other people had speculated that, well, he was on tour, so he had no idea that she would be in the trunk. Unfortunately, that's also incorrect. According to the chief medical examiner who had autopsied her body, they said that she had been in there for quite some time. And before the rumor mill begins, I want to make sure we dispel this story. Now, in another tow yard on the opposite side of the city of Los Angeles, another body was found that, again, we saw people trying to speculate that, oh, this could be a serial type of deal. According to medical county examiners, the woman who was found in the trunk of her car at a different impound lot was actually the owner of that vehicle, and the two stories are not connected. I want to make sure the story is very clear that do not fight for people you don't know. I understand that there are a lot of actors and artists who make movies and film and music that you love, but don't go putting your neck out there for people that you don't personally know. We don't have the full details of this story, but we do have the facts. This girl was 14 or 15 years old. She was found in the trunk of his car, and he knew her. Now, do with that information what you will, but do not go across social media trying to protect your favorites because you don't know these people.
So singer David had a body found in his Tesla last week. I reported on it last week. And I don't know if my video was suppressed, but it didn't get far. Well, as of today, the mother had to identify her daughter, which was a 15-year-old runaway. She has been a runaway or a missing person since she was 13 years old. And the mother said that David was her boyfriend. This baby is 15. They have the same matching tattoo. The mother said when she seen the Tesla on the news, she knew that it was her daughter because her daughter's boyfriend was David. David, what was you doing messing with that 15-year-old baby? And how is her body ending up in your Tesla? Somebody needs some answers. Y'all got to get a mama some answers. And did you give the little girl the Tesla to drive because you're on the road? What happened? Because his team ain't spoke out at all whatsoever. Like I did state, the mother said her tattoo is in red that her daughter put on her finger, and David's in black, as y'all can see. But the question is, how was this grown man with this child who has been missing since she was 13 and no questions were asked? I'm just saying. Y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. Hopefully TikTok push this video out because the mama need answers. Imagine you knowing that this is your child in the back of that car.
Guys, this is breaking news. The girl that was found in an abandoned Tesla unalived has been identified as a 15-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas. She went missing from Lake Elsinore back in 2024, so she was 13 years old at the time that she was missing. Now, if you remember, on September 8th, there was an abandoned Tesla that was towed, and the people at the tow yard said it had a weird smell. They checked, and they found an unalived body inside. Now, the Tesla was registered, or is registered in Texas, to a singer named David Burke. Now, yesterday, the coroner did say that they didn't identify the girl and if she was a young girl, but since the family hadn't been notified yet, then they couldn't release her identity. But today, Celeste's mom came out saying that it was her daughter, that she has been identified by clothing, jewelry, and a tattoo in her finger that read shh. But since her body was badly decomposed, officials haven't confirmed the cause of death yet. Now, Celeste's mom said that she was 13 years old when she was missing. She had a boyfriend named David, but she had never met the boyfriend before she went missing. And she was 13. So at that time, that would have made David 18. I don't know. The speculations are going wild, especially because now it's coming out that Celeste and David have the same tattoo of the shh. But police are not saying that David is a suspect because he is fully cooperating. And at the time that they found the Tesla and her body inside, that he was on tour. So I don't know. It sounds very iffy, though. Something doesn't seem right. We don't know how long, where was she the whole time that she was missing? How long was her body in there? How long has she been unalive? There's so many unanswered questions. But it is really sad to know that it was such a young girl that was found inside the abandoned Tesla. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think David has something to do with it? Let me know what do you think in the comments.
So news just leaked about the body that was found in David's trunk. Yes, the one that was found at the airport. And it was a missing 15-year-old girl who had a tattoo that matched David's and whose mom said that she was actually dating a man named David. So let's talk about the astrology behind it and kind of why I think so much of this is going on, because the narrative around this is weird. Like when this first came out, everybody jumped to defend him. I feel like some people were making jokes about like, oh, okay, romantic homicide, maybe I should delete this off my like Spotify. But a lot of the fans came in and they immediately defended him. And so I wanted to look at his chart and understand why. Because obviously there's stan culture, but there was something deeper to it. And as more information starts to come out and it's starting to look a little worse for him. So he's an Atara Bhadrapada Sun conjunct Venus. And so this makes people really want to defend him by nature. He comes off as sensitive, as shy, as somebody that everybody needs to look out for. It also gives him this gravitas of being somebody who would know better. If he was going to do it, then he would do it the right way. He wouldn't leave it in his car. Or it couldn't be him because he's so soft and gentle. He also has a retrograde Mercury in Atara Vajrapada, which gives this sense that people are always kind of trying to fill in the gaps. Like everything that he does, everything that he presents always has this haziness to it, where it feels like, well, I don't fully know what's going on, so I'm just going to project onto it. And so that's why people are like, well, of course he'd know better. He wouldn't do it in his own car. Or he must have just sold the car. Or he's been on tour. It couldn't be him. It definitely wasn't him. But the most interesting piece is that he has a Ravati Rahu, which adds this layer to him of like almost above it all. It creates this halo effect where people kind of give him the benefit of the doubt just for existing. So do I know what happened? No. Astrologically, there's no way to really know that for sure. But I can tell you that with his Shravana Mars conjunct Neptune, if he was involved in something like this, he would probably be the person who is more of an orchestrator than a direct actor. It's thoughtful, it's observant, it's more of the planning it and not actually doing it. None of this reads as rage. But look, David, don't come for me. Don't come for me. This is all hypothetical. I'm just an astrologer. And also not a 15-year-old girl. Call for more.
Upsetting.
Residents of this West Hollywood Bird Streets neighborhood are realizing tonight they've been unknowingly walking past a dead body for some time now. When this Tesla arrived at a Hollywood tow yard Monday morning, workers say the car was emitting a foul smell, and it wasn't long before the decomposing body of a woman was discovered in the front trunk. It was the same smell these residents and their dogs have been smelling for more than a week now.
He took a very big interest in sniffing all of it. I'm just remembering something. I mean, this is going to sound horrible. So we would walk by the hedges, and I'm like, the hedges always smell like something decomposing. And there's a lot of rats around in here, but there was always a smell. There was always a smell.
This man, who lives about 50 yards from where the car was parked, didn't smell anything, but says he did notice something seemed off.
The only thing out was an out of a state license plate, and it was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks from.
The victim was 15 years old. 15. If you did not think that this investigation could get any worse, oh, it just did by a lot, and things are not looking good for David. Just yesterday, news outlets were reporting that even though the medical examiner had not released the girl's name, they did identify her as being between the ages of 14 and 15 years old. And TMZ claims that through an anonymous tip and through speaking with the girl's family, they've identified who the body is, and this is her, a teenage girl who has been missing since April 2024. Her name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and if y'all remember from my previous videos, the medical examiner did say that she had long wavy black hair as well as a tattoo on her right index finger saying shh. So TMZ alleges that a couple days ago they got a tip about the victim possibly being this girl Celeste that had gone missing since April 2024. They end up seeking out her family and they get in touch with Celeste's mother. And what is the first thing Celeste's mother says? She says that her daughter had a boyfriend named David. Her mother also alleges that she also had a matching tattoo on her index finger that says, shh. Now, what does David also have? David also has a tattoo on his right index finger that says, shh. Now, could this be a coincidence? Absolutely. A lot of celebrities have this same tattoo. I think Rihanna was the one that made it popular back in like 2008. And Lindsay Lohan has one. Lily Allen has one. Like a ton of celebs have it. But according to TMZ, they looked back at photos of David, and it wasn't until September 2024 that he had that tattoo on his finger. So it's not like he's had this tattoo since before she went missing. According to TMZ, allegedly, he's only had this tattoo since like September of last year. Unfortunately, when you Google Celeste, all you find is this missing persons poster from, if you look in the lower left, May of 2024, right around the time she went missing. And that's all of the information we have on this so far. This case is just shocking on so many levels when you consider the car had not been reported stolen, yet David had not been in the area for over a month because he's been on tour. Yet now we have all of these coincidences with this victim where not only is she a child, but they happen to have matching tattoos, and her mom is saying that she allegedly had a boyfriend named David. I don't even know where to put my head. Please let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm shocked.
We just got an update on what's happening with this David guy. If you basically don't know what's happening, they found a dead, dismembered body, chopped up body in the back of his Tesla that he previously owned in a lot, man. The girl has been identified as a 15-year-old Celeste, and she's been missing for a while. She also has the same tattoo as him, which, that's kind of crazy. And her mom said she had a boyfriend named David. think it's GG for Buddy. What the fuck? This Netflix documentary about to be crazy.
The David situation just got a million times worse. Y'all remember the body that was found in the Tesla under David's name? The body has now been identified as teenager Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And what's really crazy, David had a matching tattoo
with her.
Shush.
On his finger.
According to the mother of the victim, she also had a boyfriend named David, who she never met. So not only did he her,
It's also a PDF.
the situation is crazy.
Shit does not look good for the artist known as David. So there's an update about the female's body that was found in the trunk of a Tesla that was registered to David. They're saying that the body that was found in the trunk of the Tesla belonged to a 15-year-old girl. And as you can see right here, this is her missing persons report. She's a California native. Her name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And the last time she was seen was April 5th, 2024. That's crazy. Now, the crazy thing about this situation is her mother reported that her daughter's boyfriend at the time, his name was David. You guessed it. Now, this doesn't mean that David the singer has anything to do with this, but it's a strange coincidence that her boyfriend's name is David and she was in a car registered to David. I don't know what's going on here, but this shit is getting real weird. This is a picture of David, the artist David. And that's the girl that was found in that trunk. Something really don't seem right. I'm not saying that he has anything to do with this, but I didn't know that he knew her. Shit is about to get crazy. Shit is about to get crazy. You need to come out and say something now. And listen to this other strange fact. They both had the same tattoo on their finger. You see that right there? She had the same tattoo on her finger. The tattoo says, shh. Yeah, okay. That just don't seem right. Not saying that he did anything, but that's kind of crazy. Now, the authorities are saying that David is cooperating with them, so that's a good thing on his part. But this is a spooky situation because how did someone get the Tesla that was registered to David? And why would someone put this girl in a Tesla that was registered to David? Either way you look at it, it's a scary situation. They need to find out about this immediately. I'm out.
Police have identified the body in David's trunk, and this story is only getting weirder. The body in the trunk has been identified as a 15-year-old girl who has been missing for a year and a half. Now, this shit is getting very complicated because David was basically already let off the hook since police determined that at the time of the murder, David was on tour across the country, so they thought he couldn't have done it. The mom of the child recently came out and said she had a boyfriend named David. So the evidence is pointing to him not being there, but the puzzle pieces are coming together to be really fucking weird because there's a body at the back of your car who coincidentally had a boyfriend with your same exact name, and it was a 15-year-old. And then on top of that, people always go back to the romantic homicide lyrics that he wrote a long time ago. He said, "In the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it." Once again, they already said he was cleared, but this is looking like a whole ass Scooby-Doo mystery. I'm not gonna lie to you because it's very confusing.
This is a picture of David and the girl that was found in his Tesla hanging out. I understand a lot of you guys like David for his music, so y'all don't want to believe that he did this, but you really just got to stop and ask yourself, if you weren't a fan of the person that all this evidence came out against, would you really be defending them as hard as you are?
We've gotten a few huge updates with the whole David situation, and I'm not gonna lie, from the outside perspective looking in, it looks really, really fucking bad. Now, David has actually canceled his Seattle show to, I believe, kind of fully put him and his team's effort into, making sure that everything is resolved with the case and stuff like that, and kind of, go get away from making sure that they basically clear his name. But right now, at least from the information we're seeing, it's pretty fucking crazy. So they've identified the body of the person that was in the car registered to David. I believe her name was Celeste, and she was a 15-year-old. Now, a few things about Celeste. People, and her mom specifically, had said that she had a boyfriend named David, and apparently they have a matching tattoo on their right index finger. Now, I mean, I'm not a police investigator. I'm not a fucking detective. I'm not going to make, conclude conclusions based on things I'm being told, especially with context. I don't have context. So I think a lot of people are already starting to jump to conclusions with those two pieces of information. And I think that's why David stopped his Seattle show, because I think him and the team now need to focus on making sure this can clear. Because a lot of people from the outside perspective are going to make accusations, which I can and can't understand at the same time, right? Like, I understand, like, younger people, like, seeing this, whatever, going to claim an attack. But I don't think we gotta wait until the police investigation is over, okay? Let's let the police and the detectives do their job. Honestly, it's not even good that we're getting this information, because we're probably getting out of context, piece by piece information, and it's probably causing so many mix-up in narratives and everything. So really what we'll be doing is waiting until this whole situation's over, and then we can talk about it. But yeah, what an update. I don't know if we'll be finishing his tour. We'll see. What are your guys' thoughts?
So you're 20, messing with a 15-year-old? So according to TMZ, authorities have ID'd the body that was found in David's Tesla. Her name was Celeste, and she was last seen April 5th, 2024. TMZ contacted her mother, who told them that she felt the body found in the Tesla might be her daughter. She said the police description, which included a tattoo on her finger with the letter SH, matched her daughter's. Also, David has the exact same tattoo. It's seen in multiple pictures. Now, David has been on tour for more than a month and has not been seen in LA. Also, police have now revealed who was driving the Tesla before it was left on Hollywood Street and impounded on September 8th, and the vehicle had not been reported stolen. So it's giving somebody was paid to do his dirty work. If she had not been seen since 2024, her body was decomposing in the back of that Tesla. It had been there for a while, and it's almost like his alibi was that he would be on tour and her body would be dumped somewhere. Let's be clear, the mother is no saint either, because even though she said she had a boyfriend named David, did you look up David's age? Did you get a rundown on who he was? Did you talk to your daughter, or you just let her just go out there with any man? Literally. Man. The story keeps getting worse. Thoughts?
Now, y'all, we have been working on the case of that body that was found in a Tesla that we now know belonged to the singer David. So we have recently found out that they did identify the body as a 14 to 15-year-old girl. But y'all, now TMZ has come forward to say that they have talked to who they believe to be this girl's mother. So allegedly, this girl's name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And in April of 2024, Celeste went missing from California. But y'all, when Celeste went missing, she was only 13 years old. Now, the mother went on to say that when Celeste went missing, she was dating a boy by the name of David. Not only that, she says that her daughter Celeste also has that tattoo on her index finger. And y'all, one thing that I just noticed on David's pictures, he also has that tattoo on his index finger as well. So if we put all of this together, this was a 13-year-old that went missing. She was allegedly dating David. And at some point in time, she was unalived and put in his Tesla. Now, David is on a world tour. He's claiming he has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know who this person is. But her mother is alleging not only does he know who this girl is, he was dating her. Now, let me say this. Everything is alleged. We're not accusing anyone of anything. But y'all, when this case first came out, I said something is not adding up. Even though he has been on this world tour, the fact that this car was registered to you and you didn't immediately stop the tour and say, hold on, this is very urgent. I need to fly back to LA and try to figure out what's going on. You kept on with the tour. You were throwing out little boo-boos on the same night that everything was released, which is crazy. When any normal person would have flew back home and tried to handle this whole situation. Y'all, this is an extremely sick case. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Now, y'all, this case with the singer David is taking a very disturbing turn. When I found out Celeste's age, I knew that her friends or other people that knew her was going to start coming forward with information. Celeste was 13 years old when she went missing. I'm very sure that she told people if she was dating this big singer. So now there is a picture floating around social media of what looks like Celeste and David. Now, the person that they were FaceTiming even posted another screenshot of the FaceTime to show that it was Celeste. Now, this has not been confirmed, but I want to show you guys one more thing. In that video, Celeste has on a very distinct skull cap. It's bedazzled, it's pink and black. And on David's TikTok, around the time that Celeste went missing, he is also wearing this same exact skull cap. Not only that, if you look at her missing persons poster, she went missing around April of 2024. Also, she went missing wearing Hello Kitty sandals. Ever since this girl was missing, David was posting subliminal stuff about Hello Kitty and his girlfriend. But the strange thing about it is he would never actually post her face. Now also, Discord messages have come up where somebody says that David has a girlfriend named Celeste. Now, like I said before, I thought it was strange that he didn't cancel any shows to try to handle this situation that is extremely serious. And a lot of people were in the comments saying he can't just cancel a show, he can't just not go to his show. Well, y'all, it has just been announced that he has started to cancel shows. Which, like I said before, he should have done this from the beginning and got this whole thing sorted out if he didn't have anything to do with it. But now as more information is starting to come out, I think that David was dating this underage girl. Seeing as that David is 20 years old, it seems like he met her around 2023 when he would have been around 18. She would have been around 12. Now, I think that this girl ran away to be with David. She's been with him this entire time, but something ended up happening. Now, let me say alleged for legal reasons. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. We're not accusing anyone of anything. But y'all, he needs to come out and give some answers because this is not looking good. Comment below and let me know your thoughts.
Nah, fool. This D4vd shit just took a crazier turn. This shit getting wild, fool. Don't let me find out this man has something to do with it. Y'all, so the girl that was found in David's car, her name was Celeste Hernandez. And this shit is getting crazy because her mom knew it was her. She ID'd her because when they came on and said that she had a tattoo on her finger, she instantly knew, like, let me go check. And she was right because she was like, that sound like a tattoo my daughter had. And come to find out, it was. And what make it so crazy is this man D4vd coincidentally got the same exact tattoo, y'all. This man feeling the pressure so much so, he decided to cancel his show, y'all. He was doing a tour. He decided to cancel that jump. So they did have a missing person report on Celeste. As you can see right here, they said she was last seen in April 2024, y'all. And she was 13 at that time. What the fuck? And it's getting even wilder because the mother said that her daughter said she had a boyfriend named David. Now, coincidentally, his name is David. I'm not saying he was the boyfriend, but I don't know. Same tattoo, same name. It's found in your Tesla. I don't know, buddy. Y'all go ahead, grab that seatbelt, buckle up, because I'm telling y'all, this shit finna get crazy, fool. It's already crazy right now. He canceled the show. Got the same tattoo. She said she was dating somebody named David. Found in his Tesla. Nobody know how. She was missing since last year. Yeah. Y'all better get ready. This shit crazy.